What's a-happening? Okay, we're going to be looking at the DDH IPA, a double dry hopped India Pale Ale Series 16. This was from Stephen Bush. This one is 7.1%. And since I got yelled at by Joey for blowing my wad because I drank the one that I thought I'd like the most first, the ones here from Steve, this is the one that I personally thought I would like the least of the 6 that he sent me. So let's see. Right off the bat, it looks like one of Steve's liver biopsy samples. You can't see through it, and it's chunky. It smells really good. Cheers. Kind of like Steve's farts. Well, if it turns out that this is the worst, it's going to be a pretty good batch of beer. Nice and hoppy. Getting a subtle pineapple, and then like a biscuity finish, and that biscuit kind of feels like it was marinated in pineapple. So this would be something that Jay at Elite Ammunition would absolutely despise. Okay, I got no firearms out. We're just gonna blast through this shit. I'm telling you right now, one, and maybe. Now, I have to denounce all whiskey. I'm gonna have one beer because I need to move the Toyota up to Samantha's friend, and he's going to get going on my project by removing the remote start, my CD nav system out of it, the amplifier, that kind of shit. And the only real holdup right now is I'm still waiting on a new backup camera, because the funny thing is just to try to find the wiring harness, a brand new wiring harness, was either, well, it was basically the same cost as just buying the next generation camera kit. Because, yeah, I don't know, seems to work like that a lot. So, let's see, we had a couple people miss the Two-Hearted Ed Club. Multi-Gunman says, shit, I'm late. And Rich Huff says, cheers all. So, first, saying second was Brandon Bearded CB. Multi-Gunman says, time I've responded to one of your comments on this video. Smile Money says, you appear to have taken first. And CB says, thanks Multi-Gunman, and yeah, smile. It took me a few moments to type as comment section was hidden. Smile Money, one, well, I bluffed and called first, really second. Multi-Gunman is in there. Brandon is in there. Okay, oh, here we get a choice. We get to respond. Bearded CB says, nice redhead. And Multi-Gunman says, hey, are you talking about my pubes again? But Brandon, I get to respond to you with either A, thank you, and a smiley face, or B, you liked it, ? Or thank you, cheers. I'm going to go with thank you and cheers. Brandon again. Oh, nice brew babes too. Brandon again. Okay, so I may have not been second. Brandon, wouldn't mind snorkeling with the brew babe. Yeah. I think I know what kind of snorkeling you're talking about. But as soon as she uncrosses her legs, you'd be able to breathe again. Sharky says, I'll take oxygen to the nose and go diving. A multi-gunman, I'm early for a change. Smile Money says, on the podium. Multi-gunman says, winning, laugh out loud. Harmarsh 2 says, nice to see you early for a change. My fellow countrymen. Fellow fuck people. Brandon, I think if you want to wear a mask, okay, go ahead. But man, if your case would be, in your case, it would be nice if they could just wear it right. Meanwhile, I play it safe now, plus a step or two as I do during the regular flu season. But have a family that are at risk, so that's why I take those steps. See, and again, you do what you want to do. I'm just saying that just look at the CDC's numbers over the last few years in comparison to what is going on now. Do you just honestly answer this one question? If Hillary Clinton would have been president instead of Donald Trump, would we even be having this conversation? Because look at how many people died during N1H1 under Obama. And most people look at me like, what was that? Exactly my point. Yeah, I didn't bother tweeting it out or anything, but again, whoever sent me the mask, I want to thank you, because effectively today, our Menards hardware store is requiring everybody to wear a mask to come into the store. And yet, as I walked around this morning, there was, there was 5 Menards employees, without any mask on at all. At that time of the morning, though, there was quite a few people in there stocking, I guess. Let's just say of the 5 that weren't wearing masks, I ran across another maybe 10 people, so 15 total this morning. And of the total amount of people, again, 25% of them were wearing their mask wrong. Just they had their mouth covered. And these cloth masks, you go to the CDC's own website and it's like, tells you how to make one out of a handkerchief, and it tells you how to make one out of a shirt, and again, total fucking stupidity. The size of a virus is like, I don't even know what's a good analogy. Pretend your mask is the National Hockey League's official goalie. The goal. That mesh that they use for a virus, the goalie's net behind him is the equivalent to trying to stop a mosquito from going through the goalie's net. Not making it up. Use your fucking brain, do the research on your own, and tell me why they're telling us to wear masks. Basically anything. You know, strip off your underwear and, you know, lick around the brown streak and put them on that on your face. Because it's like trying to stand here and tell me that we're gonna strip the goalie's net and string it up over your front door to stop mosquitoes. It's the same concept. It's the fucking exact same concept. Not to mention, I am a personal and firm believer that this virus has been in the United States since November of last year, and here we are, 7 months later. And now places like Menards says you have to wear a mask. That's like fucking your way through a sorority house over the weekend, and as you stagger out on Monday morning, the government hands you a condom. A little fucking late. Brandon, and yep. Cram 300 people into Walmart, funneling everyone through one entrance as other two are closed off is stupid. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Stupidity has run amok. It's like one stupid person can make a comment, and if they have an ounce of authority, even though they have no fucking brains at all, but they have an ounce of authority, all of a sudden that's God's truth. Les Trump says it, of course. DFC, top 15 biatches. DFC, would a pair of Arabian sand goggles prevent the Rona? Mike, long and strong. Crazy Scotsman, intro brew babe, top notch. Oh yeah, and they didn't pull 4 thumbnails down this time. I still think it's funny seeing that picture of Jeremy and Caitlin basically saying "fuck you, YouTube." So if that was a person, I wish it would make me feel so much better knowing that some of these half-wit cunts at YouTube ever watch this, because just about every part of that brew review, except for the thumbnail girls, were. I mean, first of all, you know, if this was a thumbnail the other day, this would have gotten pulled too. And yet, go ahead and tell me, other than a beautiful woman wearing a bikini, what is wrong with it? YouTube, what is wrong with it? Hey, I showed you 2 of the other ones that got pulled. Scotsman says whiskey. I tell you what, Scotsman, when I get home, I might even pour myself a small glass and bring it upstairs with me. But being that I have to move a vehicle, this is where I draw the line, because I should have an hour. Johnny Concho here. If I bring mezcal, can we come over for a visit? You don't need alcohol to come over for a visit. As a matter of fact, some good beer would probably be better. Honestly, Johnny, I haven't had now I don't know why. Maybe because it just kind of looks like it'd fit in. That revolver filled with vodka minus maybe 2 or 3 shots. I found that halfway through my bag of or my big box of parts. Not AR parts. For some reason I've been keeping the AK stuff in a separate spot, and big tote is only AR stuff. And halfway through that I found the mezcal bottle. And then the other one, of course, one of them fell down and went boom. But the other one that you brought me with the red floaties in it, it is It is just a hair below the label on the bottle. I just haven't had any desire about the only thing I've really enjoyed outside of whatever that you guys have seen is I poured myself a shot of the Emrut, and I have poured myself some of the flask or cask strength Lafroig, and maybe a wee bit of the Paul John, but Paul John's like getting down there, so I'm kind of going into pseudo hibernation mode on that bottle. Multi-gun man, I feel for you, my friend. I so feel for you guys up there. Canada has become a lost cause at this point. The Liberals and far left have taken over and ruined everything. And that is why I say get out and vote. So many people are like going, well, you know, it's only about guns. Well, let me tell you something. I listen, I put my finger to the political wind, and I listen when I'm voting for somebody, and somebody may be standing for strongly for or against something that I could give a shit about. But I get out and I vote and I listen to other people that are like-minded thinkers like myself and what they don't like about this person, and then I make sure when I vote, I don't vote for them. I've got the backs of people that even though that person, it may have nothing to do with guns or anything like that, but it's something else that is irrelevant to me, but it's irrelevant to our cause. So I fucking get out there and I vote. And the people that are like going, well, I could really care less about guns, or even the brain dead dumb fucks that have drank the Kool-Aid and they're like, well, there's really no reason that anybody has to have an assault rifle. Well, what the fuck's an assault rifle? Please explain it to me. Your daddy's Browning A-bolt semi-automatic 308, actually it wouldn't probably be an A-bolt, but for the sake of argument, semi-automatic Browning 308 is going to hold anywhere from 3 to 5 rounds, and just because you don't see the magazine, you want to say, I don't understand why you need more than one round in your gun? Who the fuck cares? It's America, motherfucker. I can have as many rounds in it as I want. At a certain point in time, it just becomes heavy and stupid, but that should be my decision, not yours. I mean, wow, why do you really have to have a gas tank that holds more than 10 gallons? Or, you don't really have to have a car. You know, the government, your driver's license isn't a given, you know. Maybe the government could come and start taking everybody's cars away, you know. And then the thing is eventually, they're going to come for the thing that matters to you. And by then, it's going to be too fucking late. Because they went for the people, me and you, that are going to be able to defend our Constitution. The fact that I have an evil black rifle that can have as many fucking rounds in it as I want, the reason that our founding fathers gave us those is to make sure those cocksuckers in government don't start writing laws that will affect you someday. Or maybe usher you into the trains where they'll unload you into the ovens. And you won't be able to defend yourself. Even though you weren't a gun person, someone like me isn't going to be there to take up arms and stop a tyrannical government. Meanwhile, back in the fucking piece of shit Canada, I don't even know what to say or do about it anymore. I may as well pack my fucking bags and get the fuck out of here at this point. The U.S. is the only remaining holdout for sanity and rational thought. Fuck Trudeau right in the ass. Exactly. And that's the level of frustration that could be one election away for us. Look at the shit. You know, they try to put a stimulus package through and there's gun control and stuff like that shoved in there. What do you think is going to happen if you just decide, oh, I don't like Trump, so I'm not even going to bother voting? Well, it may not be a gun they come for, but because they tried to take mine away, and I do say try for a reason, because they tried to take our guns away, that, something as simple as you environmentalists that want to be able to collect water and use it to water your own gardens, that's going away. It already has gone away. But when the thing that affects you, they finally come for that, it'll be too late. Remember that when you decide to vote or not vote. Or these people that are like going, well, I don't like him, so I'm not going to bother voting. Thanks. People like you are why Canada is where it's at. I thought Trudeau was a fucking dope-smoking, stuck-up piece of shit before he got voted in the first time. And it happened again. Multi-gun man. I got spare room. Foodmaster Chew, I think this one is a bit early. I made it. Higher March 2, well, I'm in the top 20. Stellar babes today. Oh, there will be resistance. Lots of gun owners here. I'm one. Oh, I listened to your little podcast, and the underground gun market's going to go through the fucking roof. And I really hope there isn't any dumb fucks that go to turn in their firearms. But you know there will be, because there's dumb fucks wasting our oxygen all over the place. Rich, Huff, cheers all. Rich made it this time. Mike, they want all black rifles and handguns. Just paint the firearms a different color, and you're all good. As long as it's not scary looking. Gunwild, not first or even in the top 10, bitches. Brandon, and Ben curious, what the hell is Captain Kirk holding? Is that a mini bottle opener of alcohol or a phaser? Hard to tell at that angle. Captain Kirk is holding the phaser. There it is. Hey Cobra, since you get so much fun time playing with electronics lately, you gotta find that dude that has the blueprints. There. The blueprints for building an actual laser inside of one of those, and then I'll send you that and you can build it and send it back to me. Yeah. Brandon, Google is spying on you. Hey Google, why are you anti-gun?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Is that what they told you to say? Joey Cuz, well, as of now, the thumbnail is the same. Harmarsh 2, I know I would move with Matt's air gun. Tardisius. Harley exhaust fumes kill any virus on contact. Poco Local. Day drinking? Question mark. Why not? Pre-dawn. My FFL is closed and he's holding my $1,500 Vector. Joey says, that son of a bitch. RS1. Poor train whistle. No one else asked to hear it. Thank you. Poco Local auto response this. Poco Local. Message me a list of your AR parts you want to trade. Okay. I'm warning you right now because I've actually had a couple of my friends say that they're in the middle of a build and ask me for lower parts. I myself wish I had an arsenal of lower parts kits. Effectively, with the retro build and the 24-inch, my what was a surplus of mil-spec triggers is all gone. Now, having to make a few decisions or set some money aside until I can afford to replace it, I think for what I want to try to achieve with that 24-inch, I'm gonna need a much better trigger, and I don't really have anything that would really fit the bill. I have two of the greatest triggers ever made for an AR as of right now, until John Huber steps up to bat. The Hyperfire 3 gun. I have one, and see, now I could possibly, and it would suck because I would still like to have a good trigger in there, but I have a Hyperfire in my Justin rifle, and I have a Hyperfire in the White Label Armory. And don't forget, if you use eBomi at White Label Armory, they'll take 5% off your purchase. So it's kind of like the Justin gun doesn't necessarily have to have it. So if I was actually to make a hard choice, I could possibly put a mil-spec back. Actually, my Justin gun never had a mil-spec. It originally had the national match trigger in it, and the national match trigger right now is in my quote-unquote what I would make as my 3 gun. Yeah, baby. Yep, Poco, I can, I've got like a bunch of stocks varying from okay to your typical ones that come on there, a few buffer tubes and shit, but the thing that I'm really low on is lower part stuff. I mean, I have a few of this and a few of that, and then the funny thing is, I'm looking over in my bin here of as I've worked on stuff, and I see a crush washer, a virgin crush washer for a 308, and then I start seeing shit. I'm like, I don't even have a clue where this even came from. It looks like a coilover spring for a radio controlled car. But I'll see what I have. Steven, remember, most beers age poorly. All whiskeys will be fine. See, this is true. Steven, remember the guy you sold the Mosin stock to? He works in the blood lab at the hospital in Oklahoma City. And he ran mine and my wife's blood for corona. Haven't had it. I was hoping that when we got sick back in February, it was the Rona, so we could have antibodies. Yeah, I could send you something that you could get a sample, Steve. I mean, technically, any regular day, I could just send you a pair of my underwear, and those are good for a blood sample, a stool sample, a urine sample, and a sperm sample. It's like a one-stop shop. Predon, regarding the AK shotgun, everything is cool except the Vortex. Iron sights all the way with an AK. But it's not an AK. It's a shotgun. And then he says, but it's your gun. That's right. Just fucking keep telling yourself that. Poco Loco, my FFL charges $15 for internet purchases. If you buy it from them, there's no fee. That's nice. Same here, no charge if you order on the website. I've done it in the store. Linwood Gun is good people. El Tenda, guys. Steven, I like the giveaway gun a lot, but I'm not a fan if it isn't a common chamber. Just me, I'm cheap when it comes to ammo prices. Well, Steve, this would be the beautiful part about Secret Squirrel. The only thing stopping you from changing it to 5.56 and using everything is the barrel. Bolt carrier, bolt, gas tube, Huber brake. The only thing is, if you won that gun and didn't want it as a 300 blackout, is a barrel. That's the only thing about this one. That's makes it a little bit better for someone that has your feelings. Me, I don't own a 300 blackout, and with plenty of other things in the arsenal, I absolutely would love Secret Squirrel too. Like I said, it sucks to have to beg the government and pay $200 and then wait up over a year if you're so lucky like Jeremy. But it would be something that I personally would build to suppress. Smile Money, COVID-19 is worldwide, so who is your boogeyman? You. Smile Money, we don't know how it came from Jim. It is a shotgun. Does it have a smooth bore or a rifled barrel? It's smooth. So say shooting things like slugs, they're going to be good within a shorter range, so they're not going to be as useful shot out farther. But I've watched plenty of people, and it seems like one of the first things that they grab is a slug for it, because it's heavy hitting and yes, Jeremy, if I wanted to enjoy it purely as a shotgun, say shooting clays or whatever, I would not keep the Vortex on there. But I kind of like it as a just to knock your ass down hard as a slug gun, or I don't know. Technically speaking, it's the I have the 10 gauge, but that's just not the kind of thing that you go out to rip a few clay pigeons. That would be like a goose or a turkey gun kind of a thing. But technically speaking, this is the only shotgun I own right now. I have one of my brother-in-law's Mossberg 500s, and I keep telling him as soon as he wants to take it, let me know. Told him I'd leave it set up with the pistol grip and the adjustable stock. Discouraged the old vibrating seat before the pickle time, eh? Wow, Jesus. I was thinking I probably need to pick up the pace on the beer, but that's not the case. Steven, what about some drum mags for the shoddy? Yeah, they do make them. J-Dog is here at work. Cobra, hello? Hello, baby. Snarn Desert Prepper. You said it yourself, man. Sell some guns and enjoy yourself. I sold guns recently to buy stuff for my girls. Put off getting a better truck so the wife could have something nicer. I would take a butt rape for a lathe right now, laugh out loud. So you know, a safe full of guns and scopes that stare at you when you crack the door. One thing we all have learned from YouTube life is short. Do amazing things. Yes. No, I'm 100%. I'm 100% serious. The amount of I believe the amount of a fun time together, something that me and Christine can do that we are both equally passionate about. Christine's she's a gun person, wants to own guns, has a list. She personally wants that STI 1911 that was in the latest John Wick movie, and I told her it's like $4,500, and she goes, then I just won't have it tomorrow. I will have to save for it. But when it comes to a motorcycle, if this Sunday was as nice as Saturday, and I said, hey, want to take the bikes and head up the North Shore to Castle Danger, she'd be like, let's go. And life is short. If I could, I would happily sell some firearms. I still have stuff to shoot. It's not like it's the end of days, but I'd have one more thing and something that we can passionately share and enjoy together. Granted, being where we are, I know Smile Money be like, you probably still get out on a motorcycle more than you make range videos. Touche. Cobra made our grocery run to Walmart Saturday. It was packed full of people. Lots of masks being worn incorrectly with their noses hanging out. Pointless. Oh. J-Dog 12 gauge is cool, but not Benelli cool. No, but then again, for what you paid for your Benelli, you could have two of these. New. Not a used Benelli. Matt Davis, titties. I like titties. I like titties a lot. Matt again, can't wait till shit goes Mad Max. Please, I choose to not comply. Fuck 'em in the neck. Of all the places, I don't know about a good neck fucking, but okay. Jolson, this video needs more cowbell and shots. Cobra, 33 minutes and 52 seconds mark, $5. Did I reload? Oh, are you serious? Oh, yes I did reload. I picked that up off the counter before I started the video. It didn't look like it had been shot. Evidently it had. Go with the little bit cooler one. gotta do like Jim does. I gotta get like a vat of the silica and just order some more of these legends. These ones are the good ones, and then pack it into the silica so that it sucks all the moisture out. Oh, excuse me. 34 minutes and 27 seconds equals $5 more. Fuck. 44, 42, $5 more. This is working out nicely. Blue Thunder. No, not when I read a comment. McLean 5179 laughing at farts, Eric. Grow up. I watch you with my mom. Clean it up. Oh, I'm sorry. I can say fuck, but I can't fart. McLean, it's a proven scientific fact that an AR-15 will cure you of the virus. I know. I have read that. If you own an AR-15, you will. Yeah, it's a cure. McLean, remember the note. I know what you're talking about. The flaming pig muzzle device. You like those? Please advise. The Noveski? Hang on. Oh, you know, I've never tried or have seen somebody that actually had one. I can tell you from here, this is what he's talking about. Noveski flaming pig. On one side, it looks like that. I can tell you, well, I guess you didn't tell me what you're doing with it. I will say this, for an AR pistol or an AR-10 pistol, just an AR pistol, something like that pushes all of the percussion forward is good for the operator. I personally don't think you get the leveling of the barrel, you know, the counteracting the getting pushed up, kind of like the Huber brake. I didn't catch what the price is on those, but I'm sure it's not as expensive as what a Huber Concepts brake would be. But if I would put it on a pistol. If I couldn't afford to buy a Huber brake, I would put one on a pistol because it takes that blast away from you and that nasty percussion. On a bigger rifle, not so sure. I'd have to try it. Wade, my comments from the last review got deleted. See, they should have been here. I've got nothing in spam, and I've got nothing that was held. Wade, Google, YouTube isn't about profit. It's all about social engineering and the New World Order. Wade, if you think you're safe from the government overreach, just remember a liberal mayor shut down church services where people were in their cars, violating the First and Fourth Amendments. A police officer told the pastor that the constitutional rights don't matter in a national emergency. And then he put a link. Brad Thomas, it's swinging long and hard, brother. How about you? Well, you know, curse of the Irish, baby. Amos Walker, we need pictures of Trudeau as Hitler in blackface. Yes. Peter Munchko. Brother, if you're ever down here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, I would love to have Lega Preveda number 9 or Lega Preveda T5 or 52 and a beer with you, brother. I probably butchered both of those up, and now I'm no longer worthy of it. Yes, absolutely. Sharky, the pic of Chris on Matt's 883 was indeed priceless. Ear-to-ear smile. Yeah, she would have gone longer, but she was already supposed to be on the air with John. Sharky, do you like the Gladiator movies? Airplane's best comedy ever. Yes. Scotsman, Brew Babe holding it all already. Perfection. Sharky, fucking Sharky. Orange bikini on the outro, babe. Nice. Honors us Dutchies. May 4th is when we remember our fallen since World War II. And May 5th is Liberation Day, when the Allied liberated Holland in World War II. And to make everyone remember liberation took 5 years. Liberation Day is only a national holiday every 5 years over here. Wow. Crazy Scotsman Dead On is a huge ripoff. I know you like it, but man, they are beyond high on everything, and their ammunition policy is bullshit. No, I agree. If you bought the fucking ammo, if in order to use their range you have to buy their ammo, and it's the same price as anywhere else. Now, if it was discounted to compensate for the fact that they're going to keep the brass, that's a different story. Scotsman, stick your auto response up your arse. Well, unfortunately, I didn't get an auto response for you on that. Jay, for some of the small items from the last shipment, we are having virtual camp out. Plain bingo and the small stuff like crickets will be prizes. The young man who needed the fart sack and tent received them for Christmas under the tree at home. Beautiful. Jay, Rescue Gurney is now in the troop trailer emergency kit. Cool. Unfortunately, I have some personal experience with one of those. Jay, no, we weigh too much to demand, or no, too much demand for the loaded T6Bs right now to ever sell it. In fact, when we sold it, it was only 35 grain version and not the current 27. Jay, Monday morning ketchup. Jay, Brew Review even beats out the good, sorry. See, that was hopeful thinking. Now that I see the rest of the comment. Blade Runner even beats out the good, the bad, and the ugly for my favorite movie. I agree with that, and I love good, bad, and the ugly. Jay, I love the original narration, but the director's cut has all of the CGI colors and special effects modernized for better color and rendering. I know, but I wish they made 2 versions of it then. Gunwild, you don't have DROS fees in Minnesota. DROS is an acronym for Dealer Record of Sale. I'd never heard of it, so if we do... Gunwild, you need to be careful of the stuff that you buy at Classic Firearms. Their accessories are stuff that didn't pass quality control. I should do a video on the 2 red dots I bought from them. The tubes on both are not centered on the mount. Well, I hope they can at least make a fucking break, Gunwild. Otherwise, if for some reason it won't even thread on the shotgun, well, I guess they'll get a call from me. And then I'll let them know that I don't do it much, but I'd be happy to put out a video and tell them that several other people are just as happy with them. And that brings us to the 200 Ed Club, to the sunny slopes of long ago. And I'm bringing this with me because I have shit to do. that requires an automobile. First in is Joey, here again. Second is Gunwild. I can't be the only one in the club today. Cheers, bitches. Joey, so how is your day going, Pumpkin? Good. You know, I love Mondays. Finally get back to work. You know, just walk around the house all weekend wishing that I could be at work. Joey, I don't know if you mentioned it yet, but don't forget about Secret Squirrel 2, Justin's final mission. Yeah, I think I did, Joey, but thanks as always. And before this even started getting recorded, my video was up. And Joey stands as the last comment. So I've had the opportunity to have this really cold and then warm up. Double dry hopped India Pale Ale Series 16 from Tupps, T-U-P-P-S Brewery, 7.1%. This honestly, it was not bad at all. Overall, I would say I'd give it an 8. It definitely was drinkable. So 8.0. Gonna have to save these cans. Of course, this one was gotta make sure this is Joey. Okay, kids. Cheers, and or just in case, you know, we have to take it from Joey. Nope. I am going to go upstairs. What time is it now? I think I still have about, probably an hour. And I'm going to move the Toyota. That means I can start parking in my spot again. Okay, guys. Cheers. And, like I said, I feel sorry for you guys up in Canada. I don't want anything to happen to my friends, but for the government, I hope it goes badly. Hitting the button, John Sawyer.